Hello, this is Jerry from Antigo, Wisconsin. I'm making a video to show basically for Uncle Tony's garage because I just recently seen Uncle Tony messing around with a 361 on propane, and that's two things right up my alley: Mopars and propane. And I'm not going to say what I've done here is probably right, but come up here. It's a 1948 John Deere B that's been I've modified it to run on propane. By modified, I mean I didn't take the engine apart or nothing like that. I've just converted it, propane cylinder to a mixer and converter. Well, let's take a little walk around the tractor. It's an old unit that's about, it isn't in good a shape as it used to be. It's wore out. Tires are bad, but it's still a good old unit. To make the tractor useful, we got a crane on it for picking things up. You can easily pick up 600 pounds, move it around. It works good. This propane tank is just a backup unit, like a reserve vapor only, which is fine for just putting around. Here, what we have here is a Model E vaporizer with a mixer. Is an older. It's off a 354 that was on the irrigation pump from something from the long time ago. We're talking probably out of the 50s and 60s. I wouldn't say none of this is perfect, but it works. Have a Chrysler starter. This tractor now has headers, a fabricated intake manifold for propane. It doesn't burn gas at all. It's dedicated to propane. Dual exhaust, dry element air intake, which you need to have if you're going to run propane. And this Model E vaporizer has water pumped through it with a simple little, it's nothing more than a little electric fuel pump that just moves water from heated water off the engine. This tractor has no water pump, so you got to have a way to pump water through your vaporizer if you're going to run liquid, which once again it can run on vapor, but you don't have the power that you do with liquid. But what do you think? Should we start it up? I'll give her a try. What's going on? I gotta turn the fuel on. Oh, while I'm here, yeah, for Uncle Tony, it's running. This has got a Mopar, a small block V8 distributor, probably out of a 318, I think. Electronic ignition, and this is on here because I'm burning propane. And to get the advanced curve to burn the propane properly, you can't do it. With the old John Deere ignition, I couldn't get the proper advance. It'd throw in like 7 degrees and that was it. This here I can get all up, add 15 degrees advance. But let's see if we can get her started now. Fuel's on. Make sure it's in neutral, clutch is in. Give her a little throttle. Primer. regular distributor, running on 2 cylinders. I think it works real well. I'm going to rub it up just a little bit. Starting to warm up. If it was really cold, I would have started on vapor and then switched over to liquid. But again, it's not that bad. Doesn't have very high compression. We're talking like 6 something. If it had higher compression, it would be more efficient. It's fun. Idling at about 7 degrees base, 7 degrees before conflict center base, and it'll get at full RPM about 2100. I can adjust it now. Being I'm running the modern by 1970 standards distributor, I can change it whatever I want. But right now it's just stock. Basically just out of an engine. to tune up the John Deere ignition system, you can go right to a John Deere dealership, and it'll cost you nearly $100 for the cap, points, condenser, and rotor, and it's still made in China. This here is using something much more modern, and I could order on eBay, no problem. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it works good. And I now can run a 40,000 cap in this spark plug. And that's one advantage of this tractor running on propane over gas, is you always seem, unless you're working it hard, it will follow the plugs. Now the plugs don't follow out. There's just everything's clean. And if it sounds like it's going to die, well, that's how these old guys idle. It's got a Chrysler starter on it because, well, the original starter went out, and it cost just about as much as the tractor's worth to replace it. So there, I mean, if you got Mopars laying around, you can make your old John Deeres. Keep on running. Fabricated the exhaust and the intake just from pipes and some exhaust for a Ford tractor. My biggest investment is the Model E vaporizer. I had an original, what came with the 354s, the diaphragm went bad, and it's almost impossible to find parts to rebuild the old one. The Model E's been around for a long time. Here's the primer button. Press that to give it a shot. In a perfect world, I'd have this mounted closer, but it works. Fuel enrichment valve, full rich. That's lean. When it's a little bit cold, it runs best with a little, richer. But as it heats up, we can lean it out. I don't know if this engine's ever been apart. I've never been inside, but it doesn't appear to burn any oil. I've had it for a while now. But once again, a guy could spend a lot of money on messing around, but it's mostly used parts that got down here doing it. Some fabrication, I guess. Take it for a little ride. Hope I didn't bore anybody to death. But once again, I was inspired by Uncle Tony messing around with propane. I grew up with propane. If my dad seen this, he'd probably point right out what I'm doing wrong. But he's not here. But I'm having fun with it.